Banku.
I disagree. Banku.
Look, simple argument. You can actually go a whole season unbeaten and be relegated. You can draw each game 38 points and be relegated. That's a fact.
Yeah.
But can you get 100 points and be relegated?
No.
Debate Arena Sports Edition is recorded at the premises of Big League Sports and Games Lounge. Locate Big Leagues at Osu for a wonderful sports bar experience. Debate Arena Sports Edition is sponsored by Game Pack Games. Head on to their website www.gamepackgames.com and play for some big wins. Game Pack Games, more moolah, more power.
Charlie, we're back.
We're back again.
We're back.
Cheers to more cheers.
Yeah. So the last time we did a lot of agreements, but I'm sure this time we would. This time
we'll see what the football goes.
Our answers will vary. We'll see how it goes.
Pep Guardiola has outshone Sir Alex Fergusson in England. Do you agree or disagree?
Guardiola is my guy. That's the first preamble.
Yeah, Ferguson is my guy. First preamble for me too.
I mean, it's, if you're looking at this argument, there's that case of the longevity of Sir Alex and how long he's coached in England. Pep obviously has been around for a shorter period, but I just think the impact is measurable to what Alex Ferguson has done, because I thought the only missing piece was that Champions League. And your first is always difficult, extremely, because mentally, from the fans to the players and the pitch, that barrier is very difficult. And to be able to come in 6-7 years, what he's turned this club into, I think that now they're consistently up there. And you're looking at the type of seasons that they had. It's not just about even winning, but they've raised the bar of the Premier League now that you need 90 points, something that is unprecedented. Winning the league with 100 points, most away wins. It's just the nature of it he has dominated. And you can make that projection that if he stays as long as Alex Ferguson, I think he would probably do maybe slightly more similar to what he's done.
You see, the thing is that's the thing about projections for me. Yeah, I mean, because I can make a case for several other players who we all projected that, in 20 years they're going to surpass this or they're going to surpass that, and it didn't happen. So I'm not going to make I don't buy the talk of a projection. But I think that with Alex Ferguson, what people forget is that when he took over the club in '86, the club was in the relegation zone. I mean, hovering around 15th all the way down. Pep did not get it that way. Pep picked up a City team that had already won, that was already at the top. So making a few tweaks and getting them back to winning more is probably easier than picking up a failing team and getting them to the top. And it's the reason why I would always pick Alex Ferguson over Pep. Because the thing is, even at the time, choosing to manage United was a tough decision to make. It's like Pep going to Everton now and picking up Everton and having them win. He won't do it. It's impossible. And so there's a reason why I would always stick with Alex Ferguson. Another thing is that people make an argument of European football and why United was not performing, whatever. But I think that Alex Ferguson focused a bit more on the league because his sole idea was to knock Liverpool off their perch. If that's what you are thinking in your mind as a manager, I'm sure you would always put your eggs in one basket, thinking that, if I win the league consistently, I achieved that dream, I'm done, I'm gone. And you wouldn't care too much about European football, whatever. It felt to me in those times that European football was always a plus. Like if United wins the Champions League, fine, it's all well and good. Yeah. But if they don't win, he doesn't bother too much. 2011, it bothered him because on the bench you could physically tell that he was stressed. Yeah. But I think that was because he had won the league so many times, and looking back, he felt like, I could have done better in the Champions League. And so I mean, I would disagree just because of the toughness of the job and the magnitude. The thing about Pep also is that, fine, he's raised the bar, you have to win with 90 points, whatever. But think about it. In the years Fergie took up United and was winning, how many coaches were a tough opposition for him to lift that bar? The thing is, if Pep hadn't won the league with 96 points, Klopp would have won it. And it was...
No, but I think Klopp only got that close because Pep was made it. You know, like competition works that way.
Exactly. And you see, competition worked that way for Alex Ferguson when Wenger came. In those 5 years when Wenger was really, really good, you saw the competition between the two. After 2005, Wenger dropped off, United kept winning and winning. Then Mourinho became the target for Alex Ferguson. So the opposition gives you what you do, you know, and I feel like that's what it is. So,
but judging by our preambles, we're never going to agree.
No, we're never going to agree.
Mohamed Salah is the best African to ever play in the Premier League. Do you agree or disagree?
I disagree with this.
I think it should be unanimous.
I disagree with this.
Salah, look, what he's done, the fact that he came, struggled, went back, worked on himself, went to Roma, became a better player, and now is back in the Premier League dominating. African with the most goals in the season. And you're looking at winning the Premier League, PFA Player of the Year twice. He's scored incredible goals, player with the most player of the month awards.
Your mom wants to change my mind.
I just don't think, look, I think the closest to him is Yaya Toure, but Toure wasn't too extended. What Toure did in that 2-3 year period was incredible. I don't think we had ever seen that from a midfielder, rub shoulders with the likes of seasons that Lampard had and all that. But everyone says Salah is a 1 season wonder, 2 season wonder, 3 season wonder, 4, 5, 6. And now we're heading into the 7th season and people are still not convinced. I don't know what he has to do again. Think about it. All the African players that have played in the Premier League, who really at a point had a shout that this guy is the genuinely rubbing shoulders with the best in the world. There was a time Salah was arguably in the Ballon.Do ranks, and he's been there a couple of times. I know Mane has been close, but the thing with Mane is Takashi.
Yeah.
Mane is Takashi. He's a good player, but I always think Mane is a tier below Salah, to be honest. And we are seeing that with Liverpool now. Mane left and it's still Salah's team. So I just think there's been great Africans, but nobody has the longevity and the consistency of Salah. Look, every season, 20 goals.
You've made great points, but I still disagree.
But who do you think?
Don't ask me. Don't ask me. I just disagree.
Erling Haaland would win the Ballon d'Or before Kylian Mbappe. Do you agree or disagree?
Nope, not going to happen. The only reason is that for him to score 52 goals, win a treble, and not win the Ballon d'Or should tell him that he's not close.
He's not close.
If Kylian Mbappe did this,
Kylian Mbappe would win.
And
he would win over Messi.
Yeah, that's the thing. The Ballon d'Or is your season is important, but at the end of the day, you need to convince journalists, and to do that, you need that aura around
I think you need to be liked.
Yeah, you need that publicity. You need that X factor. I don't think he has it.
No.
And the thing is that whatever City will do will be attributed to Pep Guardiola.
Exactly.
He will take the most praise.
Yeah.
And that's why we never really see City win individual awards, because it's always his tactics.
Yeah.
But Mbappe, you can clearly see he's the guy. He's the main guy. And he's ready to take games by the scruff of the neck. I just think
and also I think next year the Euros, France are going to be...
Norway is never going to be...
Norway is not going to be there. France will be there. They would win. And you see, it's like now that Messi is out of the question, it's just between the two of them. And next year, if Norway do not go to the Euros and Mbappe goes there and he even gets to the semi-final, I think that there's a huge shout for him. And I don't think City will win the league this season. They'll win the Champions League this season for Erling to have another shout at the Ballon d'Or. So I mean, Mbappe would win before him. Erling.
Sorry, though.
Arsenal's Invincibles are the greatest Premier League side. Do you agree or disagree?
Banku.
I disagree. Banku.
Look, simple argument. You can actually go a whole season unbeaten and be relegated. You can draw each game 38 points and be relegated. That's a fact.
Yeah.
But can you get 100 points and be relegated?
No.
If you get 100 points, you're most likely winning the league.
Yeah.
So I would always rate anyone who gets 100 points.
Yeah.
Anyone who is scoring incredible goals.
Yep.
Anyone who is limiting opponents to just 15 goals conceded.
Yep.
Because when you're conceding 15, you know that you have a very solid defensive unit.
Yeah.
And once you add a little bit to that, you score goals. Look, Arsenal, great side. I'm not going to undermine them. Golden trophy. No one is ever going to probably do that again.
Yeah.
But the manner in which the draws were too many.
Yeah.
And you see, it got to a point where they were more afraid of losing than winning. And in the end, it worked for them. But if I'm looking at legacy, I'm looking at teams that brought something that I saw and I was like, whoa. You're looking at this City side when they got it. Even Liverpool when they finished second.
And it is that Liverpool side I want to talk about, because how do you get 97 points and not win the league? And it's incredible that you get those amounts of points and not win. The Arsenal's Invincibles are, I think that for me personally, they are the side that stressed me as a kid. You know, so I'm not disagreeing because I probably dislike them, but I just disagree because I feel like Mourinho's Chelsea had a bigger impact. Mourinho's Chelsea conceding 15 goals, losing just one game to Man City. It was a game they could have actually won. And Nicolas Anelka scored, and then but you see, there was just something about that Chelsea side. They never felt like they would back down to anybody. And given the fact that Mourinho had just come into the league and he was beating Man United, beating Liverpool, all of those guys, even at Old Trafford and even at Anfield, it should just tell you that, you know, that Chelsea side had something special about them. And to win the league with the number of points, the least goals conceded and all of that, I think that it's a bit more spectacular than finishing the season without losing and getting a golden trophy. The golden trophy is nice. I mean, I would want it for Man United, but I don't think that they are the greatest ever Premier League side.
Yeah, you have to ask yourself, what's the litmus test? And for me, I think that if you are the King Kong, you say you're unbeaten in your own territory. How did you fare in Europe? Because we've seen other clubs win the league. If you're that good and your season was that iconic, it should reflect in Europe. We've seen Manchester United win the treble. We've seen Manchester City win the treble. I would rate those people winning a Premier League and a Champions League in the same season, balancing everything. That's
I mean,
I'll rate them.
Arsenal's Invincibles top 3.
Yeah, probably top 3.
Top 3, but not the best.
Yeah.